you and turn to you by means of Muhammad, the Prophet, your Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of mercy. O Muhammad, I turn to my Lord by means of you to help, to ask Allah to fulfill my need. O Allah, accept him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as my supplicant, and accept my dua, my supplication for him. This is the end of the hadith. Now many people do not understand the meaning. Often they pray, they think that it is by the status of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that is why they continue to seek wasila even now with the status of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But if you look closely at the hadith, and all the scholars, learned scholars would confirm that it was referring to the dua of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I ask you and turn to you, O Allah, I ask you and turn to you by means of your Prophet Muhammad. Meaning, O Allah, I ask you and turn to you by means of the dua of your Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The man, blind man, after all, came to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam to ask him to make dua. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam clearly made dua for him. And the last phrase of the hadith makes it clear that he was referring to the dua, because he said, because his dua, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam's dua to Allah was for him to be cured, and his dua for Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was for Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam's dua to be accepted for him. It is not by the status of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam after his death. Throughout history, no human being have ever been cured of his blindness by this dua except this man. This dua, because if it had been allowed, all blind people would have made this dua and should have been cured. But in history, nobody have been cured with this dua except this man. It was the dua of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam which was answered by Allah Ta'ala. In fact, none of the Sahaba, none of the Tabi'een sought tawassul to Allah Ta'ala through the status of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam after his death. Umar radiyallahu anhu, Anas radiyallahu related in another hadith that Umar bin al-Khattab, Umar bin Ibn Abdul Khattab, Umar bin al-Khattab used to seek tawassul of Allah, nearness to Allah through Abbas ibn Muttalib radiyallahu anhu. Umar radiyallahu anhu himself described in the following language: O Allah, we used to ask in times of drought, we used to ask your Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to supplicate on our behalf to bless us with rain, and you would bless us with rain. Now, after death of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we ask our Prophet's uncle, Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, to supplicate to you for rain on our behalf. O Allah, bless us with rain. And Anas radiallahu anhu then described in the hadith that and Allah would bless them with rain. So this is none of the Sahaba, not